Hello my adoring fans, I greet you with Japan's best technology. You'll notice that the controls are on the wall and it's got a wide base and fully soapy and fun, so amazing. But after I utilised that this morning, I then did some Buddhist prayer thing and then some chanting, which was, cool. Organised religion, not always my type of thing, but this was interesting cultural appreciation. And then after that, we did some meditation, where surprisingly, the 15 minutes did pass by pretty quickly. But my legs were pretty sore from the weird shape I had to keep them in. Had to subtly and quietly kind of stretch out halfway through. And the guy was like, don't worry.
Yeah, he was really nice about it.
Yeah, he was like, it's not here about enduring pain. Yeah. It's just about
meditation.
I was like, okay. But before we did that, we did some sprinkling of incense on an incense burner.
During a prayer ceremony.
There's prayers. So I've chosen a video of the woman who was helping out because she clearly did it right. So here's a good video to use. And yeah, enjoy. But then apart from that, so we're in Takayama this morning, but today we've moved on to Kyoto. Now Kyoto used to be the capital. For about 1,000 and something years, they said, right? And it is no longer the capital because it got moved to Tokyo. So we've now seen two capitals, but we're still in Takayama for now because the video of the meditation and stuff is still going on. But then for breakfast, Maddie and I built up quite an appetite. So we decided to go to the market. So we walked off to the market and there's still town. It was very cool. We liked how it looked and all that jazz. We also liked the food they made.
Yeah,
so,
we're a big fan.
Yeah, riding off that beef high from last night, we had some croquettes and we had some rice buns and we had some meatball on stick with cheese. Just all the things.
Everything.
And we had a little quick walk around the market and we saw in the river there were just these koi chilling. We were walking back and I just glanced over and I was like, Maddie, stop. But then anyway, we got on the scenic train again for 2 hours. Very nice. You can see here this one joining onto another one. Very exciting. The tour guide has realised that I have a bit of an obsession with trains and has enabled me and is pointing out when trains are going to be exciting. So, shout out Mike, thank you. And we gave him a tip today because he's leaving. He was just covering for someone who had to pop home. But here we are on the scenic train. It's scenic on the inside, but it's more scenic, I would say, on the outside. So enjoy the views. These are slightly better views than what I recorded last time, I think. So well on me. And then Dad, I wasn't able to find any food, so I didn't eat anything for lunch. And nor did Maddie when we got to the noodle shop on the station platform. But she definitely didn't eat anything, nor did I. We're starving. But then, don't worry, bullet train came along. We got on it. Another Shinkansen. Zoomed off to Kyoto. 45-minute journey. Not even, basically blinked and you're there. When we arrived, Maddie started looking at a window of fake noodles. And then we got on a couple of tubes. Always lining up her next meal, exactly. I'm always lining up my next train. If you like trains, come to Japan. There's almost a million of them. These ones had a cool handle. Look, it stretches down. And then, walked through another cool street. Bit of a theme. And we arrived at our pod hotel. So we're sharing with 10 people or something in our room. But it doesn't matter when you're in a pod. Because life is good in a pod. And life is also good on the rooftop, but don't forget to change your shoes before you come into the place or you'll be in trouble. So I had some Tropicana. Whilst I was drinking and eating this before we went out, I actually successfully managed to do that, put the ball on the stick game a couple of times. Had to do it twice because Maddie wasn't watching the first time. So then we went on a walking tour of Kyoto. We saw a theatre and then the river and then listened to a guide. We had to shake a couple of random old people who tried to join our tour. when it was like a private tour, which is a bit awkward.
And our tour guide tried to explain
Do it softly,
to
but they didn't really seem to get the gist.
He was very
No.
polite about it.
But that man you just saw spraying down the street. Oh yeah, and these are some like names of people. It's like Hollywood Walk of Fame. Yeah, that man spraying down. Oh, and this is the schedule. Oh, or schedule. I'm fully behind. But yeah, that man spraying down the street. Pretty sure he owned some like geisha place. He's trying to make them fall over. That's my headcanon. But yeah, we saw the bling shop, the geishas. Saw some streets. Saw some men dressed as women, which is actually quite convincing in some of them. Saw a little good luck charm, which was, lucky. I think this was an entrance to a tea shop, maybe? I don't know. Oh yeah, this is like a theatre performance location. Saw a lot of things on this walking tour, including a geisha in a taxi, who I'm pretty sure they didn't want us to stop and gawp, but you know me, I found a way. And then we arrived at the shrine that Maddie alluded to before. And this was pretty cool, like I think Maddie and I have obviously had a lot of temples and shrines in our time travelling, but I think the ones in Japan are definitely the better ones. Like obviously Borobudur and places like that are pretty elite, but the average shrine in Japan is better than an average shrine somewhere else, I would say. Just because, I don't know, also it feels very clean and smooth and sophisticated.
So and it has
yeah, it's got some mood to it, which is a pretty good mood. I think Maddie and I also just really like Japan, so better steal my passport when we get back, guys, because I'm pretty sure Maddie and I are going to head back here for a month once we've learned to drive or something.
Yeah.
But you don't really need to drive, but just for easy access. Saw some fake horses, but most importantly, we saw some Ben's cookies, my favourite cookie shop. Bought a Ben's cookie, and then we also saw a gong cha, which you may remember from Australia and New Zealand. So Maddie and I will be revisiting both these shops tomorrow because we've got quite an early start. We might also go back to this puppy shop, but we've got quite an early start tomorrow, so the afternoon is pretty free. But that means we've got some time to go get some snacks. So what we did for dinner this evening was go to a sushi train restaurant place. We didn't actually sit on the train thing, but conveyor belt, but we ate some sushi. It was pretty delish. Really enjoyed it, to be honest. Had some of the semi-expensive tuna sushi for the first time, and it really is noticeably a lot better. So that was another few hundred yen, worthwhile. Not quite as expensive as it be. But anyway, then we got some snacks, and now we're going to bed. Hope everyone has a good day.